China is a vast country filled with countless strange and astonishing things that leave many people in disbelief. Brides must cry continuously for an entire month before their wedding day. Police officers use geese as assistants. Walmart even sells crocodile and shark meat, and renting a boyfriend can happen in the blink of an eye. All of these create unique cultural traits rarely found anywhere else in the world. Join me as we explore the 20 most mysterious and bizarre things in China that will surely leave you stunned. Some customs, such as ghost weddings, are so unbelievable that they hardly seem real. Number 20. Ghost weddings in China. Minghun, the custom of marrying deceased people, first appeared in China during the 17th century BC. According to ancient beliefs, if a young man or woman died before getting married, a suitable spouse had to be found for them. Afterward, the family would consult fortune-telling. Only if the omen was favorable would the wedding ceremony be held. If the match was considered unsuitable, they would continue asking a ghost matchmaker to find a more appropriate partner. Ancient Chinese people believed that if an engaged couple died before their wedding could take place, the families still had to complete the marriage ceremony. Otherwise, their spirits would disturb the family and prevent them from living in peace. If both the bride and groom had already passed away, effigies would be used as substitutes. These figures were treated and spoken to as though they were real people. In cases where the groom was still alive but married a ghost bride, a portrait of the bride would be placed on the family altar. Number 19. Virgin tea. When hearing about virgin tea, many people would assume it is just an ordinary type of tea. However, the strange part lies not in the tea leaves or the flavor, but in the harvesting and processing methods themselves. This tea is grown in Henan, China, and may only be picked by the mouths of virgin girls. After being collected, the tea leaves are dropped into baskets placed in front of their chests. People who have tasted this tea claim that it has an especially refreshing flavor because it absorbs the saliva, sweat, and body warmth of the girls who harvested it. If it were you, would you dare to try this kind of tea? Leave a comment and let us know. Number 18. The custom of brides crying before the wedding. Normally, before a wedding day, the bride is the happiest and most joyful person. Yet in China, crying before the wedding ceremony is considered a sign of filial piety, virtue, and wisdom. Wedding crying is a traditional ritual in Chinese weddings. Whether she wants to or not, the bride must cry before the day she leaves for her husband's home. Those tears serve as a farewell to her parents and loved ones, while also expressing blessings for her future marriage. According to tradition, the bride must cry from 1 to 3 months, or at least 1 week before the wedding ceremony. The louder and more intensely she cries, the more she is regarded as a dutiful daughter with virtue and wisdom. On the other hand, if she cries too little or not at all, she may be criticized by the villagers and could even be punished by her parents. Chinese people believe that the more sorrowful the crying sounds, the happier the marriage will be afterward. Number 17. Cricket fighting in China. Cricket fighting was once a form of entertainment enjoyed by Chinese royalty thousands of years ago, and it has continued to survive until today. Historical records show that this activity first appeared during the Tang dynasty. Nowadays, the game remains extremely popular. Some fighting crickets are sold for prices reaching thousands of US dollars. The most famous variety is the Sidian fighting cricket, which lives in the fields surrounding small towns. This species stands out because of its large head, strong jaws, and exceptionally powerful hind legs. Typically, each cricket is weighed in order to divide them into weight classes. Before competition day, people even place a female cricket inside the box to stimulate the fighting instincts of the male cricket. Number 16. The railway system running through buildings. If you ever visit Chongqing, you will certainly be amazed by its unique transportation system, especially the train lines that run directly through residential buildings. However, for the people of Chongqing, this is completely normal. You gradually become accustomed to the sight of trains suddenly passing overhead or entire rail lines cutting straight through apartment complexes and skyscrapers. Many tourists have shared that because the terrain is so complicated, even the station names there are kept very simple. For example, the loudspeaker announcements might say, "The next station is the Kim Family Bend, the Ta Family Bend." It sounds as if the train is stopping right in front of someone's house, doesn't it? Number 15. Raising geese to prevent theft. Instead of using guard dogs, a police station in Xinjiang, northwestern China, chose geese as their bodyguards. The reason is that geese have extremely sharp hearing and will honk loudly the moment they detect a stranger breaking in. In addition, guard dogs can easily be poisoned by criminals, which is why the police are not particularly fond of relying on them. Meanwhile, large geese are surprisingly fearless and will immediately rush to attack whenever they spot an unfamiliar person. Most importantly, geese have relatively poor eyesight at night, so if thieves try to poison them with food, the geese are less likely to see and eat it. Surprisingly, this method is proven to be extremely effective. Thanks to these watchful flocks of geese, many illegal break-ins had been detected and stopped. Number 14. Eggs boiled in urine. Besides the famously bizarre virgin tea, China also has a dish called urine-boiled eggs that makes many people shudder just hearing the name. This is a well-known specialty from Zhejiang province. Although it sounds rather horrifying, many tourists who have tried it actually give the dish a lot of praise. The locals boil eggs in the urine of boys under the age of 10 for an entire day and night. According to ancient folk beliefs, the dish is both delicious and nutritious because the urine of young boys was thought to be pure and capable of warding off impurity and bad luck. What about you? Would you dare to try this unusual dish? As for me, definitely not. Number 13. Women covering themselves completely at the beach. While in many parts of the world women wear bikinis to enjoy the sunshine and the sea, in China, many women choose to cover themselves from head to toe when going to the beach. For Asians in general, and Chinese people in particular, fair skin has always been considered the standard of beauty. Because of this, sunlight is often viewed as the enemy of beautiful skin. That is why many women fully cover themselves while swimming, sometimes leaving only their eyes exposed. These outfits not only help protect them from the sun, but also reduce the risk of being harmed by jellyfish or sea algae. These outfits really do look quite unusual, don't they? And what about you? Would you dare to cover your face completely when going to the beach? Number 12. Foot binding in China. Foot binding was once a cultural practice that existed throughout China's feudal era. In ancient times, people believed that the smaller a woman's feet were, the more noble and elegant she appeared. Tiny feet were also thought to make a woman's walk look more graceful and refined. Because of this, women tightly bound their feet to create the so-called lotus feet. There is also another theory suggesting that foot binding was used as a way to control and restrain women. Those with extremely small feet found it very difficult to walk, making it harder for them to leave the house or have affairs with other men. However, foot binding caused many serious health consequences for women. What do you think about this custom? Leave a comment and let me know. Number 11. Cockroaches as a delicacy in China. Is anyone here afraid of cockroaches? If so, the following dishes might just give you goosebumps. Hard as it may be to believe, cockroaches are considered a delicacy in some parts of China. In Shandong province, people commonly prepare cockroaches by grilling, boiling, stir-frying, or deep-frying them. Among these dishes, fried cockroaches are considered especially delicious thanks to their rich flavor, crispy texture, and greasy taste. And that's not all. In Sichuan, there is even a farm raising more than 10 million cockroaches to supply ingredients for local restaurants. One of the most famous dishes there is cockroach sushi. It follows the usual sushi recipe, but instead of meat or seafood toppings, crispy fried cockroaches are placed on top. In Taiwan, one food shop even sells dried cockroach snacks. The manufacturer claims that these snacks are clean, safe, and incredibly tasty. If you find these fried cockroach dishes interesting, don't forget to give our video a like right away. Number 10. Traffic jam replacement services. China has a population of around 1.3 billion people, so traffic congestion has become an all too familiar problem there. Some traffic jams last for hours, while others can continue for days or even weeks. Because of this, a unique service called traffic jam replacement was created and quickly became a rather creative solution. The way this service works is quite simple. When customers get stuck in heavy traffic, they only need to call the company and report their current location. Within just a few minutes, 2 employees will arrive. One employee uses a motorcycle to take the customer to their destination, while the other stays behind in the car to watch over the vehicle for the customer. This service is most popular in Wuhan, a city famous for having some of the worst traffic conditions in all of China. It sounds pretty interesting, doesn't it? What do you think about this idea? Number 9. Cans of fresh air. Many people probably already know that China's major cities are often ranked among the most polluted places in the world. Because of this, inventor Chen Guangbiao created an extremely unusual product: cans of clean air shaped like soft drink cans, filled with purified air and sold for about $1 each. This product was created to reflect the severe environmental pollution problem in the country. The canned air even comes in different flavors. For example, if you want to experience the feeling of breathing in untouched natural surroundings, you can choose the version called Primitive Tibet. Number 8. Live animal keychains. One of the strangest and most disturbing items that tourists may encounter in China is the live animal keychain. Tiny Brazilian turtles or moonfish are sealed inside transparent plastic bags, or small clear spheres filled with nutrient-rich liquid. What shocks many people is that this mysterious liquid is believed to keep the tiny creatures alive for 3 to 4 months. Some people buy them for good luck, while others purchase them simply to rescue the poor animals from those cramped little bags of water. Of course, many people still wonder where those animals get oxygen to breathe when the bags are completely sealed. And perhaps the manufacturers will never reveal that secret. What do you think? Personally, I find this practice extremely cruel to animals. Number 7. Buying crocodile and shark meat right in the supermarket. Walmart is a familiar supermarket chain found in many countries around the world, including China. However, only in Walmart stores in China can you easily come across some truly bizarre products. For example, whole crocodiles are openly displayed for sale inside the supermarket. These crocodiles are carefully packed on ice and placed next to other seafood products. But that is still not the biggest monster available there, because some stores even sell entire sharks. If you ever want to try crocodile or shark meat, perhaps you should visit supermarkets in China. Number 6. Separate walking lanes for phone users. In Chongqing, China, authorities have created an entire walking lane specifically for people who walk while staring at their phones. This area is considered a special zone for smartphone addicts who are so focused on their screens that they forget everything happening around them. This idea sparked a great deal of controversy. Some people think it is interesting and practical, while others strongly criticize it, comparing phone addicts to blind people. Because if everyone only stares at their screens, they are very likely to bump into one another. What do you think about this unusual walking lane? Number 5. Online boyfriend and girlfriend rental services are extremely popular in China. In recent years, young people in China have become very fond of online boyfriend and girlfriend rental services by the hour, or even by the month, just to have someone to talk to and spend time with. With only around 20 yuan, equivalent to nearly $3, users can rent an online partner for 30 minutes through Alibaba's Taobao stores. The price varies depending on the experience level of the person being hired. Beginners usually charge around 20 yuan per hour, while more professional companions can cost up to 160 yuan an hour. During holidays such as Lunar New Year, Labor Day, or National Day, these services are often fully booked because demand increases dramatically. It really is true that nowadays, if you have money, you can buy almost anything. What about you? Would you like to try renting a boyfriend or girlfriend? Leave a comment below. Number 4. Using completely separate social media platforms. If you travel to China, you will almost certainly be unable to access Facebook or YouTube because these platforms are blocked there. The moment you arrive in the country, familiar apps such as Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Google, Zalo, and YouTube become unusable. Instead, China has its own social media ecosystem. Baidu replaces Google. Douyin serves as an alternative to TikTok, while Weibo and WeChat play roles similar to Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger. The people who probably suffer the most are international students in China. Friends back home eagerly wait for daily photos and updates, while the students themselves must climb over the firewall just to stay in contact. Number 3. Fake divorces to avoid taxes. According to China's tax exemption regulations, homeowners do not have to pay taxes when selling a property if it is their only home, and they have owned it for more than 5 years. However, starting from the second property onward, owners must pay 20% tax on the profit from the sale. Because of this, many married couples choose to stage fake divorces in order to redistribute property ownership. Afterward, they sell the house and remarry to avoid paying the tax. The entire divorce procedure costs only a few yuan. This regulation has led to millions of fake divorces in China. Many couples even clearly state in their agreements that they will continue living together normally after the divorce. Some people have even remarried immediately after completing the paperwork. Number 2. Sleeping with 20 men before being allowed to marry. According to an ancient custom in Tibet, before getting married, girls were required to sleep with at least 20 men. However, because the population density in that region is extremely sparse, accomplishing this was far from easy. To meet the required number, the girls would go to mountain trails and wait for days to encounter travelers passing by. Afterward, they would ask each man for a keepsake as proof to show the village elders that they had experienced at least 20 relationships, based on the number of souvenirs they collected. I wonder what women think about this unusual custom. And if you would like us to continue making videos about strange traditions in other countries, don't forget to leave a like. Number 1. Enjoying chili-flavored ice cream. Sichuan cuisine is famous all over the world for its signature spiciness, thanks to the use of Sichuan peppercorns and chili peppers in most dishes. These seasonings are extremely common in the kitchens of Chongqing residents. The food there is so spicy that many tourists who want to experience it have to mentally prepare themselves and practice eating spicy food for months before their trip. And it is not only savory dishes that are spicy. People in Chongqing even put chili oil on ice cream. Some ice cream varieties are even topped with whole Sichuan peppercorns on the frozen treat itself. Ice cream is supposed to be sweet, yet here it becomes spicy instead. Sounds incredibly strange, doesn't it?